last time we did the Jujutsu Kaisen fraud tier list, but this time we're just gonna do a normal Jujutsu Kaisen tier list just based on how much I personally like the characters. So once again, opinion warning, this is just gonna be my opinion and how much I like the characters. So yeah, let's begin. I really like Maki. I feel like maybe she hasn't gotten like enough screen time. She was a lot in the movie, to be fair. I mean, you can get at least a B. I'm thinking A. We're just gonna leave you at B and then we'll come back to you later. This dude was kind of ass, I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't really tell you much about this guy. I mean, I remember him, but like, yeah, that's about it. Now, Panda obviously is the GOAT, bro. I actually love Panda. He's so good. I mean, how can you not like a Panda? Like, they're just instantly an S tier character. Also, his ability is just too cool, bro. Bro can turn into a gorilla, like what? And we still don't know what his third mode is, but I can imagine it's something fire. The sauciest panda I think I've ever seen in my life, honestly. Now Bito, or the old Sennin guy as I like to call him, he was cool while he was there. I like his ability, and he also did just like roast everyone who uses the 4K 60 FPS like anime upscaling bullshit. So that's pretty good. I just feel like he was there for like very short amount of time, and then just we did not ever see him again. I don't even know if he survived, so I'm just gonna put him in C. Oh, now Ghetto kind of goated. We didn't really get to see much of him either, like before he got possessed by the brain. I think at least like a B tier is fine for him though. I think maybe his characterization could have been a bit better in the flashback arc, but I did really enjoy what was there, so we're gonna just leave him there for now. And then now we have the actual GOAT, Joe Goat. I'm not gonna lie, he actually surprised me so much in season 2. I actually really enjoyed it. Season 1 he was like whatever, honestly, but season 2 it was just like, damn, they actually like fleshed this character out, gave him like a good motivation and everything. Like, yeah, I just loved him. Like, it was actually sad to see him die, which, I mean, before watching season 2 you would have never thought it was sad for him to die. Miwa is a pretty good character, I guess. I think she gets carried a little bit by Mekamaru. Like, she's a good character because Mekamaru is a good character. I just don't think they've really done enough with her, so I'm gonna put her in C. And then this chick has literally, like, this has to be like the most irrelevant character in the entire show. I'm just gonna put you there. Toji, goated villain, goated antagonist. Like, he's always just messing up everybody. I don't have him at S, but I can see how people might put him there. Now Ino kind of sold, bro. Like, he got bodied so hard in the second season, it's not even funny, because I actually like his personality and everything, so I legitimately wanted to get to know him more, but then we just didn't. So I mean, I'll at least put you in C for now. Okay, now when she first got introduced, man, she had to have been like the least likable character of all time. But I think her backstory is actually pretty goated, so I can at least put you in C. Which, by the way, C isn't even really like a bad rating. Typically it maybe kind of is, but mostly like the main reason these guys are at C is not really because of something bad about their character, but rather because we just haven't seen enough of them. Like, I actually want to see more from all of these characters. Now with that being said, I don't want to see more of you at all, really. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of the same with Principal Yaga. I just feel like he has legitimately gotten like no screen time. Maybe that'll change in the future, but for now I'm just gonna have to put you there. I mean, he's definitely above all of these characters. I'll give you that. Now I don't know if this is gonna be a hot take or not, but I actually like despise Hanami. I don't know what it is, honestly. Like, I guess she's just like so like pretentious and rude, and like there's literally nothing likable about her. Like, this is actually the easiest D pick of the entire list. Like, this is my least favorite character in the show. And maybe this one is gonna be controversial too, but Haruta, actually, I actually love Haruta. I mean, obviously, like, I hate him, like everyone hates him, but he is like a great antagonist, bro. I honestly wished he didn't die, because I mean, he was just messing up everybody. Like, to me, if an antagonist is actively giving trouble to our main characters and just like messing them up, that's typically like a good sign for an antagonist, especially when he is as weak as he is. Also, his ability was genuinely like pretty cool and interesting. So I don't know why they had to kill him. It was honestly kind of a shame. But is he above these guys? I'm thinking B or A. Fuck it, I'm just gonna put him in A, bro. Even though I kind of like Maki more, sort of. I don't know. Now, I started to like Choso like so unexpectedly. Like, his turn from like this really grumpy guy to Yuji's brother was so like sudden and bizarre, but it really worked. His blood laser ability is sick. Like, he's competent. He's just great, honestly. I think I'll put him B for now, again because of like lack of screen time. Speaking of lack of screen time, we got my boy Inumaki, and I'm just gonna put you in B because I know you're not going with these guys, but it is genuinely a shame that this dude didn't get to do more in the Shibuya arc. Bro legit lost his arm off screen. How does that even happen? And then of course we got the crab guy. I realized after last video that he's a squid. I don't know how I didn't realize that. I mean, it's right there. I think the red kind of threw me off, but he was a cool antagonist, I guess, while he was there. Certainly better than Hanami. I'm gonna put him C, I suppose. Now, if Hanami is my least favorite character, Kamo is probably my second least favorite. Like, I don't know why he even exists in the story, and it's not like he's even likable. This is the most like cocky, smug guy I've ever seen, and he's not even that strong. Now, Nobara is a character that I like, but also a character that I don't really understand, and I'm mainly referring to her backstory. Like, I really like the chair analogy and everything, but I just feel like every time they show her backstory, I just don't actually understand what it is they're trying to say. Everything about her friend and the teacher and how the teacher had to move because of something, I don't really get it, but I do really want to understand. So if you guys know what exactly her flashback was supposed to mean or have any insight, please let me know in the comments. But in general, I think she's pretty great, so I'll put her in B. And then Gojo, I think, is a pretty easy S tier for me. He's like an overpowered character that they've done right. Like, everything about him is just perfect. Like, bro, peak character design right here. Look at those glasses, man. I really like that you can see like different influences and inspirations when it comes to Gojo from like other manga and anime, and how they've just all come together to like one new original cool character. In season 1, I already liked him, and then when we actually got his backstory and kind of understood him a bit more and where he was coming from, I thought it was just even better. So I'm gonna just leave him there. And then Yuji, this is gonna be a tough one. I know a lot of people say that like Yuji isn't that good of a main character or whatever, but I just don't see that at all. Yuji is like definitely a great main character. I think especially so in Shibuya arc. I think I'm gonna put him in A. I kind of thought about putting him in S, but I feel like there's certain aspects about him that isn't quite perfected yet. I think maybe if he would have landed the finishing blow on Mahito like on his own without Toto's help, maybe I would have leaned a bit more to putting him in S. I just really think that moment should have been like Yuji's alone. Like, Mahito was Yuji's #1 op for like the beginning of the story, and so for the final blow to land like without him actually coming up with like a strategy but just getting help, I was kind of disappointed by it. But obviously that's a pretty small detail when you consider like the entirety of his character. I think I'll just leave him there though. He is a great main character, I'll say that much. All right, I don't remember this dude's name. He was kind of funny though. I think this is another instance of putting him in C because I haven't seen enough of him. And then Fushiguro is fine. I think I'll put him in B, but I probably don't have as much like enthusiasm about him as I have like these characters. I think maybe in the Shibuya arc he should have been handled a bit better. I actually really like the moment where he's holding the domain open for the others to escape, but he makes it clear that he does not want to die. I actually thought that was a pretty good like progression of his character. But then when it came to him summoning Mahoraga, which had been like built up from the beginning of the series, it was just something that he did because well, he's gonna die anyway, you know what I mean? Like, for something to have been built up for that long, I feel like maybe they just could have used it for something better. Like, him summoning Mahoraga there doesn't actually develop his character in any way. What I will say is that his ability is awesome. The way he can just like summon a bunch of different like animals and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll just leave him there for now. I don't really have a lot to say about Junpei. I'll probably just chuck him in S, or not S, Jesus Christ. I'll chuck him in C because yeah, I have nothing to say about him, honestly, except that he has like the worst drip of all time. Okay, maybe
she belongs to the streets.
Maybe is a good character from like a writing standpoint. I think what she does for the story is pretty good. An example of like a greedy jujutsu sorcerer who only wants money. That's obviously great and all. But like, man, I just hate her. I mean, she's dead ass like a PDF file. Like, you just want to punch her in the face, honestly. Maybe I'll put her in C because again, I do think she actually serves the story quite well, way better than all of these guys. And also she bad as hell, especially in that flashback arc. Damn, okay, you know what, maybe I'll put her in C. Sukuna, goated villain, bro. Like, actually 10 out of 10 villain. Okay, maybe not 10 out of 10, but I think he's great. I love the way he has no allegiance to anybody. He's the #1 boss, and that's it. I think my favorite moment from him is just when he makes the pact with Yuji that he can just take over his body at any point. We still haven't seen what that actually sets up, but I think that's a great setup and just like a big brain plan for him to make in the first place. And then Yuta, I'll probably put an A. I think he's pretty solid as well. I mean, the movie is just so good, bro, which is pretty much all I have to pull in regards to like his characterization. He does show up obviously at the end of season 2, and all of a sudden he's like really edgy. I can't say I was like a big fan of that. I guess we'll just have to wait and see why he's so edgy now, but yeah, I think he's pretty good. It's kind of cool that we had like another main character in a way. And then we have one of the easiest S tiers on this list, Mechamaru, bro. Easily the most underrated character in Jujutsu Kaisen. And if you want to know why I think that, then make sure to subscribe, because I have a video coming about him very soon. And speaking of S tiers, we got Todo. I mean, do I even need to say anything? He's just the GOAT. His ability is awesome. Like, every single fight that he's in is just amazing. Okay, he's only been in like 2 fights, but still, he is the best brother. And then we have Mahito. Okay. I think the best thing about Mahito is just how much of an asshole he is. You know what I mean? The amount of like unspeakable like horrors he does is just insane. And that alone just makes him a really effective antagonist. So I think I'm debating between A and S. I'll probably put him in A. I feel like he doesn't have the same sauce that Sukuna has. But he was a great villain, man. I wanted to get in the show myself to beat his ass, bro. Hey, your guitar was actually kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie, but Maharaga does not say a single word. He has no thoughts. He is just a monster, and I will leave him at D. And you can also go in D. And then Ichiji, I think he's kind of goated, I'm not gonna lie. Probably the most like realistic character in the show. He's genuinely concerned for everybody's well-being. His reaction to Yuji going against his orders is actually just like depressing. He's kind of goated, I can't lie. And then Yuki, the baddest bitch in the show, I'll probably put you in B, honestly. I mean, we have seen literally nothing from her, like less than some of the characters in C, but I still really actually enjoyed what we did get to see. Her conversation with Geto is good. Her being like Toto's mentor or master is cool. And of course, her making the save at the end of the season is awesome. So yeah, we've actually completed the tier list. Once again, this is just my opinion. And of course, we're missing Nanami. So if you want to know where I would put him, make sure to watch this video right here.